And also, you know, I have to say, if nobody else is saying it, it was really interesting because I'm a woman. And it did feel very misogynistic. It felt like I am a boss. I have a very successful show. I'd never had any complaints about anything for 17 years, and all of a sudden, all at once, something happened. So it did feel, yeah, it was...
Sexist?
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres thought she could just disappear, end the show, move overseas, cash out her millions, and let the Be Kind branding fade while everyone moved on. But here's the problem with building an empire on fake kindness: the truth always leaks out. And 5 years after her toxic workplace scandal, a former cameraman has stepped forward with new claims that rip the mask right off again. According to him, Ellen had a serious problem with her male staffers. He says she cycled through 9 stage managers in one season. 9. That is not a tough year. That is a revolving door. Staff didn't just fear losing their jobs, they feared catching Ellen's attention, and if you made the mistake of talking to Portia de Rossi, you were finished. Workers hoped and prayed they wouldn't be seated near her because Ellen would unleash what staff called the Ellen gaze. Narrowed eyes, cheekbones sticking out, the look of a queen deciding who to execute next. This wasn't a warm talk show. It was a monarchy of fear. The cameraman also said Ellen blacklisted Gordon Ramsay after he dared to call her out for using rancid meat in a cooking demo. Think about that. Ramsay was protecting her audience from food poisoning, and Ellen responded by banning him. She could humiliate her staff and her fans all day long, but the moment someone with a stronger backbone checked her, she threw a tantrum and shut them out. But the most disturbing story wasn't about Gordon Ramsay. It was about a producer being pressured to reschedule his child's bone marrow transplant because it clashed with Ellen's holiday schedule. The kid's life-saving surgery was treated like a taping inconvenience. The producer gave in, because on Ellen's show, loyalty only flowed one way. Staff were expected to sacrifice everything for her, and she gave nothing back. The article said it is unclear if Ellen personally knew about it, but let's be real. That culture didn't come from nowhere. Now, Ellen will try to laugh this off. She'll say it is cancel culture, she'll say it is misogyny, she'll say it is gossip. But these stories line up perfectly with the cracks we already saw years ago. This isn't new. This is confirmation. Remember Dakota Johnson? Ellen tried to humiliate her about not inviting her to a birthday party. Dakota shot back and proved Ellen was lying live on air.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
Yeah. But I did invite you and you didn't come. So.
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody. Ask Jonathan, your producer. Who said you were?
I was invited?
Right.
Why didn't I go? Was it? Oh yeah, I had that thing.
Ellen's face said everything. The mask slipped for a few seconds, and people never forgot. Mariah Carey's interview aged even worse. Ellen shoved a champagne glass into her hand and pressured her to drink while rumors about a pregnancy were swirling. Mariah pretended to sip.
You're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right, well, you don't have to answer.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you don't have to answer. Let's just toast with champagne and decide
But
if...
they've been saying that since
I'm not going to ask you if you're pregnant or
This
not.
is peer pressure. You see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure.
No. Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should...
my goodness.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
It's too early for me. I only drink it after 3 p.m.
Yeah. You're pregnant.
Weeks later, she revealed she had miscarried. Ellen's little stunt wasn't funny. It was cruel. It cornered a woman into revealing private medical information on national television. Taylor Swift wasn't safe either. Ellen kept hammering her about dating Zac Efron, even after Taylor flat out denied it.
Happy. You were here with your boyfriend Zac Efron last time. How's he doing?
We actually never dated.
Yes, you did. So when you probably talked to him earlier today, how is he doing?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while because we didn't date.
Yes, you did. Why do you deny it?
Because we didn't.
Oh, okay. Which song is about Zac on the new CD?
There's nothing really about Zac on the CD because we didn't date.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So. Stop it. All right.
makes me feel so bad about myself.
Ellen dragged it on so long she forced Taylor into a game where she had to point at men on screen she supposedly wrote songs about. Taylor begged her to stop. Ellen laughed while Taylor shrank into her chair. That wasn't kindness, that was bullying in plain sight. And let's not forget how Ellen treated her own fans. One woman took 2 items from a free merch table instead of 1. Instead of laughing it off, Ellen played the surveillance footage to the whole audience and shoved her into Ellen jail as punishment.
Sorry, that's embarrassing and everything, but let that be a lesson to you, because you think
It is.
you think nobody's watching you, and you just need to be a good person just because you want to be a good person. You go sit in that Ellen jail over there right now. No, you'll steal stuff back there. Come here, this way. What's your sister's name?
Anna.
All right, well, Anna got you in big trouble.
Imagine building your whole empire on be kind and then humiliating your biggest supporters for a cheap laugh. So when BuzzFeed dropped their 2020 expose about the toxic workplace, nobody should have been shocked. Staff described racism, intimidation, harassment, and a culture of fear. Producers accused of sexual misconduct. Employees told to be grateful they even had a job. Managers messaging workers if they dared take too long in the bathroom. And through it all, Ellen acted like she had no idea, as if she could build a billion-dollar empire and somehow not notice the abuse happening right under her nose. Her apologies only made it worse. First came the vague letters, then the crocodile tears.
Let's get to it. As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter. There were also articles in the press and on social media that said that I am not who I appear to be on TV. The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that. I don't think that I'm that good that I could come out here every day for 17 years and fool you. This is me, and my intention is to always be the best person I can be. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
Then, the season opening monologue where she admitted she sometimes gets sad, mad, anxious, impatient. As if confessing to having human emotions somehow excused years of staff abuse. Her favorite phrase was, "if I hurt you." That "if" told the entire story. She wasn't apologizing, she was hedging, she was protecting herself. And the audience didn't buy it. Ratings tanked by more than 40%. Advertisers pulled out. After years of untouchable dominance, Ellen was suddenly forced to pull the plug on her own show. Did she take accountability? No. She pivoted. She started claiming she was the real victim. She said the scandal felt misogynistic, that she was targeted for being a female boss, that she was being canceled unfairly. She reframed her downfall as proof that she was too successful, too powerful, too threatening. Never mind the hundreds of staffers who lived through her reign of terror. Ellen decided the story wasn't about them. It was about her. That is the Ellen DeGeneres victim complex in a nutshell. The kind of mindset where ruining lives is brushed off as tough leadership, humiliating fans is brushed off as comedy, and credible allegations are brushed off as cancel culture. And that is why these new cameraman stories matter. They don't just dredge up the past, they prove the pattern never stopped. Ellen's entire brand was built on a lie. Her kindness was never real. It was a sales pitch, and the people who worked for her had to bleed to keep it alive. So when Ellen tries to roll her eyes and call this gossip, remember this. Real kindness doesn't leave a trail of broken staffers, banned guests, humiliated fans, and producers pressured to reschedule their children's life-saving surgeries. That's not kindness, that's control. That's narcissism wrapped in a bow and sold as a daytime TV fantasy. Ellen got away with it for almost 2 decades because she danced, she smiled, and she said the words, "be kind." But the cameras turned off, the stories leaked out, and the empire collapsed under its own hypocrisy. So let me ask you, is Ellen really a victim of cancel culture, or is she finally paying the bill for years of cruelty she thought no one would ever talk about? Comment below, like, and subscribe. And remember this, Ellen spent 20 years teaching people to clap for her kindness, and now the applause has stopped. The only thing she's left with is the sound of her own excuses echoing back at her.